Harry's Wife, Part 77.8, Mommie, Dearest, Photo Analysis. Some of you may be aware of the film Mommie, Dearest. It's a 1981 American biographical drama. It's directed by Frank Perry, and the film depicts Christina Crawford's adoptive mother, actress Joan Crawford, as an abusive and manipulative mother who hurt her adopted children. It stars Faye Dunaway, Mara Hobel, and Diana Scarwood. Basically, with the plot, Joan Crawford is a driven actress. I think I've seen somebody else described as driven just recently. Maybe you'll have to wait until my analysis for Time magazine to hear that word mentioned again. But the plot is that Joan Crawford is a driven actress and compulsively clean housekeeper who tries to control the lives of around her as tightly as she controls herself. To prepare to work at MGM Studios, she rises at 4 a.m., scrubbing her face and arms with soap and boiling water before plunging her face into a bowl of witch hazel and ice to close the pores. When Helga, a new maid, thinks Joan's living room is spotless, Joan finds a minor detail she overlooked and loses her temper. Joan is in a relationship with Hollywood lawyer Greg Savitt, but her career is in a downswing. Despite wanting a baby, she cannot get pregnant. 7 pregnancies when she was married to actor Franchot Tone ended in miscarriages. When denied an application for adoption, she enlists Greg's help to secure a baby. Joan adopts a girl, Christina, and then a boy, Christopher. Joan lavishes Christina with attention and luxuries, such as an extravagant birthday party, but also enforces a code of denial and discipline. When Christina is showered with birthday gifts, Joan allows her to choose just one to keep and donates the rest to charity. When Christina rebels against her mother, confrontations ensue. Joan overtakes Christina in a swimming pool race and laughs at the child. When Christina reacts angrily, Joan becomes enraged and locks the child in the pool house. Later, when Joan discovers Christina wearing her makeup and imitating her, she takes offence and cruelly cuts off chunks of Christina's hair to humiliate her. Joan resents Greg's allegiance to studio boss Louis B. Mayer and argues with Greg after a dinner at Perino's restaurant. Joan guzzles down glasses of vodka and throws a drink in Greg's face after he tells her she's getting old. After Greg breaks up with Joan, she cuts him out of photos. When Mayer forces Joan to leave MGM after theatre owners brand her box office poison, she hacks down her prized rose garden with a pair of large gardening shears and an axe. Joan finds Christina's expensive dresses hanging from wire hangers, which Joan prohibits. Enraged, Joan yanks dresses from Christina's closet, throwing them all over her room, and beats Christina with the metal hanger as she squeals. Declaring the sparkling clean bathroom floor as dirty, Joan throws cleaning powder all over it before striking Christina across the back with the can and wailing for someone to clean it. Joan sends Christina to Chadwick School. Years later, when a teenaged Christina is caught in a compromising position with a boy, Joan brings her home. Barbara Bennett, a reporter from Redbook, is writing a puff piece on Joan's home life. After Joan lies about Christina, Christina confronts her in front of the reporter. Joan slaps Christina twice in the face. After Joan questions Christina about why she never complimented Joan as a mother, Christina learns about Joan's adoption scheme and shouts that she's not one of Joan's fans. Joan tackles Christina to the floor and chokes her, knocking over a lamp in the process, causing Christina to thrash around hopelessly until Joan's live-in assistant and the reporter pull her away. Joan sends Christina to Flintridge Sacred Heart Academy, where she is allowed no contact with the outside world. Joan marries Alfred Steele, CEO of Pepsi-Cola, moves to New York City and pressures him to shoulder a great deal of debt to fund their lavish lifestyle. After his death, the board tries to force her to resign, but Joan coerces them into letting her retain her seat by threatening to publicly condemn Pepsi. After graduating from Flintridge, Christina rents an apartment in Manhattan, where she acts in a soap opera. When Christina is hospitalized for an ovarian tumor, she is temporarily replaced on the show by her visibly drunk mother. Joan dies of cancer in 1977, whereupon Christina and Christopher learn their mother has disinherited them both. When Christopher says their mother has managed to have the last word, Christina questions that by asking, does she? Now, no prizes at all for guessing what Joan Crawford is. You'll see a variety of manipulations there that you don't need me to take you through. But then let's have a little look at a photo analysis with regard to the way that Joan Crawford looks. Here are a series of photographs. Here we have the photographs from the film. Looking at the first one, note the dead stare, the pursed mouth, the vacant look staring ahead. Seem familiar at all? And then as we move to the next, again the pursed mouth. Look at the ignited fury in those eyes, the response to the wounding, about to unleash a tirade, no doubt, against somebody. And then, as we move on to the next, the hate-filled gaze, an almost rigid clenching of the jaw. Look at the ignited fury in those eyes, the response to the wounding, staring straight ahead, about to unleash a tirade, no doubt, against the expression, somebody. One of distaste. Then we see in the further photograph an almost crazed look from those eyes. Again, the mouth fixed, the jaw clenched, and the eyes staring expression straight ahead. One of distaste. And then finally, an explosion of rage, mouth open, no doubt a yell of some kind of insult as heated fury comes to the fore. Again, you can see in the eyes the ignited fury that's there. No warmth, no empathy, just here crazed hatred. Look again at the photographs as they cycle through, and you will see the repeated stare, the fury, the set mouth, the clenched jaw, all the portrayal of a very well-known narcissist in this particular film. Look at the images. Look at the photographs. Keep them in mind, and now consider this next set. All the portrayal. You won't have been surprised to see who our subject is by way of comparison. Once again, as these pictures cycle through, you can see the unwavering dead-eyed gaze, all the portrayal, mouth. And then, of course, in the second picture, a notorious photograph that has been seen many occasions, demonstrating the effect of wounding and the narcissism unable to maintain the facade as the hate surfaces, the downturned mouth, the clenched jaw. Off camera is the claw, and those eyes, again, hate-filled, boring a hole in the recipient, which, as you know, this is taken from the Inskip wedding, and the gaze is directed, hate-filled, envious, towards another female, as the assertion of control takes place in the mind of thinking that individual is terrible and awful. Again, a further picture, the steady, dead-eyed gaze staring ahead, the mouth set, imperious, haughty. And then again, almost mannequin-like, that slight raising of the mouth to the left, which you will see that mouth expression in the next part, in the next section of part 77. Once again, the eyes locked and staring forward. And then finally, that slight smirk, but their eyes completely incongruous with a supposed smile. Almost a manic stare, the jaw once again fixed and rigid. Look at the neck muscles, denoting that that is the case. You saw the neck muscles again on the previous picture. And as you can cycle through and see these pictures, you can see the same type of stare as that denoted by Faye Dunaway as she played Joan Crawford in the earlier pictures. You can see the set jaw. You can see the ignited fury. You can see the baleful gaze that is emanating. And it is quite clear that the story of Joan Crawford, as set out in Mommie, Dearest, is a portrayal of a well-known and famous narcissist. And the facial expressions and the looks denoted by the actress to portray Joan Crawford can be seen similarly here. in Harry's wife. What will be the outcome in the fullness of time when more and more is exposed about what has really gone on? Will there be another version of Mommie Dearest in the future?